I'm Tim Butler, Director of Brewing Operations. I'd like to welcome Brewcast TV to Empire Brewing Company.
Alright, so we're at Empire Brewing still. We are going to do a quick tasting, a quick rundown. Now tell us what we have here.
Okay, well we started with the robust porter. Then we're going to try the white afro, which is kind of a spin on a Belgian white ale that is kind of original that I came up with myself. Okay. And then we're going to try our IPA, which I'm an IPA guy, man. You know, this is like my style. So,
yeah, same here.
Although I love all styles of beer, so this is my baby right here. So
right,
it's going to be nice too.
Very nice. I'll do the best.
The robust porter, we've been drinking it. 7%. It's pretty robust. It's got a lot of hops in it. There's Chinook, Centennial in there. Really heavy Chinook bittering, then Centennial throughout the rest.
Very nice.
Probably 4 hop additions from 60 to 30 to 45 to Whirlpool.
What's the final gravity on this?
Final was 10-12, I think.
Okay, I tasted it. It's got good body, but it's not too dry at all.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
I figured.
I'm a big fan of Thomas Fawcett specialty malts. I think they're some of the best in the world, and that's what I use in all of my. That's what I use for all my specialty malts. Thomas Fawcett. They just have such a, I want to say, classy flavor about them.
Yeah.
They really just give the beer a nice character. So that's what's in here. Some Thomas Fawcett chocolate. A little bit of roasted barley, some Crystal 65, a touch of brown malt. Okay. Brown malt is kind of like one of my secret weapons. I don't know if you guys know.
I hadn't tried that one yet.
Brown is really good in porters and brown ales, and it just gives it that kind of dark beer character that you're looking for. It's really nice beer, nice malt.
What do you think the brown's adding to that? I'm sorry?
Kind of just like that almost nutty kind of finish at the end.
Very nice.
You know, in this one, it's really hard to
I was trying to detect what that was, because I get the middle in there.
Right.
I get the roasted and some of the chocolate, but I couldn't figure out
like that nuttiness. Yeah, that's what I would say is coming from the brown.
Very cool. All right, so we're moving on to
the white afro. Now let me tell you a little bit about white afro. Afro is short for aphrodisiac.
Oh, okay.
Last summer, I brewed a golden ale that we called aphrodisiac ale. That the addition of honey, ginger, and lavender.
Okay.
The combination of those spices, some say, can be an aphrodisiac. So we called it aphrodisiac ale. Following that beer, I spun it into a Belgian white style. So it's fermented with a Belgian yeast. It's got some wheat malt in it, but it still has the honey, ginger, lavender combination of spices in it. So we went from the aphrodisiac ale to calling it the white afro.
Okay.
People really groove on it. And
so it's got some wheat in it?
It's got some wheat malt in it. Okay. Yep, not quite 50%, but pretty close.
Oh, okay.
And this is, I'm not going to tell you too much about this beer because this is, in my opinion, it's something unique.
Okay.
You can drink it, but I'm not going to give you any specs on it.
Fair enough.
And you can see how all those flavors are just marrying together.
That spice combination is probably one of the best spice combinations I've ever had. That is really on top there. It's really smooth. It's not like a spicy spiciness, but more of a flavorful spiciness. I guess that's coming from the lavender in there.
Yep.
And then in the back, you still get the whole wit.
Exactly.
Almost experience going on.
And that's obviously that's the yeast character. Now, if you were to drink this beer like I originally made it with my house ale strain, it fermented out clean, so you got all those spice characteristics, and it was just that beer was great in and of itself. But I thought
you moved on to a different yeast for this.
This is a Belgian yeast strain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But originally it was our house strain. So you follow me?
Yeah, I got you.
But I thought to myself, that wit characteristic would really go well with that spice combination, and it works, man. It really does.
That is delicious. All right, well, I'm going to finish these guys here in a second. Let's move on to the IPA.
Yep, straight up American IPA. I tried to brew it in the West Coast style.
Okay.
7%, all American hops. It's a blend of Chinook and Amarillo.
Okay. I love Amarillo.
6 additions throughout the kettle, and I hit it pretty hard. And believe it or not, it's not dry hopped.
What went through your mind when you came up with this? I'm guessing you've made iterations on it, but what were you shooting for with this?
Classic American IPA.
Classic American IPA.
Yep.
Gotcha. What's the IBUs about?
They're probably somewhere around 75.
Okay. I love Amarillo so much.
Yeah.
I get that smell. It just gets me all giddy.
Yep.
Man.
There it is, right?
I'm glad we saved this for last because it is the perfect temperature. That bitterness is so smooth, no harshness to it at all. I mean, it is a smooth, coat your tongue bitterness.
Yep. And it sticks around a while. It lets you know it's there.
What you said, Chinook?
Chinook and Amarillo. Okay. Every edition is a blend of those two hops.
Do you dry hop this one?
I don't dry hop. I don't dry hop anything. I used to, but with the price of hops and sometimes their unavailableness, if that's a word, I stopped dry hopping because we go through it so quickly.
Yeah.
So the aroma is going to stay. That last.
Oh, absolutely! I picked it up the first thing I picked up.
That last Whirlpool
Look
edition.
at that lacing too, man.
Yeah. And that's like
plenty of hops in there.
And that comes from like the natural carbonation, you know, that we were talking about before.
So what's the
Whirlpool edition, which is an edition at Flame Off, which I'm sure you're familiar with. That's where you're getting all that aroma. I also have a 55-minute. I hit it really hard from 30 to 60.
Okay.
So there's
that's
a 30,
interesting because some people argue
there's a 50, there's a 55, there's a 58, and there's a Flame Off.
Some people argue that the 30 to 60 is you really can't take much flavor on that. Do you disagree?
Well, I do disagree, and some people also. I think that 30-minute edition is exactly what it is. It's a halfway point.
Okay.
You're still getting some bitterness from that,
so you're getting
but
a little
you're
bit
also
of
getting some flavor from that.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Again, we can, you know brewers. You can argue these points all day long. Yeah. But in my experience, I believe that 30-minute gives you a little bit of both worlds.
Cool.
This particularly, like I said, talk a little bit about the dry hopping again. The reason why I don't do it, this sample that we're drinking right now is a week old. I kegged this batch of beer on Friday. We brew, and it's Friday today, so it's a week old today. I got four kegs left in the batch.
How long did it take you to get from brew day to keg?
It takes about 10 days.
Nice.
Okay. But I brew this beer once a week, so it's so fresh, and it gets consumed so much.
Which is key for an IPA, right?
I just think that the dry hops were a waste. I was wasting money. So I pulled them out, you know?
Well, I can't tell a difference. The aroma here is all Amarillo right in my face. I love it. Well, Tim, I want to thank you for having us again.
No problem.